Hello everyone. The title of today's lecture is Carnot theorems 1 and 2. In this video lecture, following points will be covered. The first, statements of Carnot theorem 1 and 2, and second, proofs of Carnot theorem 1 and 2. So Carnot theorem 1 and 2, it is also called as the Carnot principles 1 and 2. The statement of Carnot theorem 1 is like this: the efficiency of an irreversible heat engine is always less than the efficiency of a reversible one operating between the same two reservoirs. So here in this diagram, number 1 represents the irreversible heat engine, number 2 represents reversible heat engine. Both are operating between the same thermal reservoirs, that is at temperature TH and TL. The Carnot theorem 1 states that the thermal efficiency of one, that is irreversible heat engine, is always less than the thermal efficiency of two, that is a reversible heat engine. Now, the Carnot theorem 2 states that the efficiencies of all reversible heat engines operating between the same two reservoirs are the same. So in this diagram, the engine number 2 is the reversible heat engine and engine number 3 is one more reversible heat engine. So Carnot theorem 2 states that the thermal efficiency of 2 and 3 are equal, provided that both the reversible engine should operate between the same thermal reservoir of temperature TH and TL. So these are the two statements of the Carnot theorems. These two statements can be proved by demonstrating that the violation of either statement results in the violation of the second law of thermodynamics. Carnot theorem 1 is also called as only Carnot theorem, and Carnot theorem 2 is also called as corollary of Carnot theorem. So let us prove these theorems. Proof of theorem 1. Let us assume Carnot theorem 1 is not correct. So here we have considered the irreversible engine which operates between the source temperature TH and sink temperature TL. It takes the heat QH amount of heat from the source and it rejects Q amount of heat to the sink, and by doing so it produces the WIE amount of work. Now consider the reversible engine which takes the QH amount of heat from the source as the same as that of the irreversible engine, and it rejects QL amount of heat to the sink and produces WRE amount of work. Already we have assumed that the Carnot theorem 1 is not correct. It means that the thermal efficiency of irreversible engine is greater than thermal efficiency of reversible engine. So if you keep the if you write the efficiency in terms of work done and the heat supplied, so we'll get this equation, and this implies that the QH is remains same here in the denominator. So that is work obtained by irreversible engine is greater than work obtained by the reversible engine. Now this is a reversible engine, so now we can reverse that, and it acts as a refrigerator. This is shown in this diagram. So since this irreversible engine we have considered is more efficient, so it produces the more amount of work and it rejects less amount of heat, and whatever the more amount of work is produced, so that will be taken out, and the required amount of WRE is required for the operating this refrigerator which acts in the this reversible engine that acts as a refrigerator which requires WRE amount of work, so that will be provided by irreversible engine, and it takes the QL amount of heat from the sink and the QH amount of heat is supplied to the source. So by doing so, this QH and this QH are same, so this source that is thermal reservoir is that can be eliminated. So we can supply this QH and that will be given to this one. So if you combine this irreversible engine and reversible engine, okay, so we'll get such type of the combined system. So let both irreversible engine and reversible engine operate in a single cycle. So W net is equal to WIE minus WRE is equal to, okay, so QH minus Q minus this WRE means QH minus QL. So then W net is equal to QL minus Q. So QL minus Q is being absorbed from TL. Okay, QL minus Q is absorbed from the TL and performs an equivalent amount of work. Such a device violates the Kelvin-Planck statement because it exchanges the heat with a single reservoir, and it produces the same amount of that whatever the heat is supplied, so that will be converted into, that is, equivalent amount of work is obtained. So hence the whatever the assumption was wrong, then efficiency of irreversible engine is less than efficiency of reversible engine, or that is efficiency of reversible engine is greater than efficiency of irreversible engine. So Carnot theorem 1 is correct. Now proof of Carnot theorem 2: all reversible engines operating between the same two thermal reservoirs have the same thermal efficiency, that is a Carnot theorem 2. So here we have considered the two reversible engines, that is reversible engine 1 and reversible engine 2. Both engines operate between the same thermal reservoir at temperature TH and TL, and both engine receives the same amount of heat, that is the QH. Okay. Now the reversible engine 1 produces WRE amount of work and it rejects Q amount of heat to the sink, whereas reversible engine 2 produces WRE 2 amount of work and it rejects QL amount of heat to the sink. So we are assume that this Carnot theorem 2 is not correct. So let us consider that is not correct means the one of the engine is having the more efficiency than the others. So let us assume that reversible engine 1 is more efficient than the reversible engine 2. So efficiency of reversible engine is greater than efficiency of reversible engine 2. If we write the efficiency in terms of work and heat, so we'll get this expression for the two engines, which implies that WRE1 is greater than WRE2 since denominator is same, so numerator of this is greater than this. Okay, so now let us now consider that is reversible engine 2 operates in reverse cycle. Okay, let us now reversible engine 2 operates in a reverse cycle. So it acts as a refrigerator now, which requires the WRE2 amount of work, and it takes QL amount of heat from the sink and it rejects the QH amount of heat to the source. Now here uh, the QH amount of heat, so this can be directly coupled to this, means that we can supply this QH amount to the input in to the reversible engine 1, and this so thermal reservoir at temperature TH can be eliminated. Okay, and this Q amount of heat which is rejected by this will be supplied to this QL. So if you combine these two reversible engine, so here the net amount is, that is QL minus Q amount of heat is taken from the sink, and it produces WRE1 minus WRE2 amount of work. So W net is equal to, if you combine this WRE1 minus WRE2, we have considered this WRE1 is more than this one. So if you write the WRE1 in terms of QH minus Q, and this WRE2 is QH minus QL, so we get the expression W net is equal to QL minus Q. So the amount of net work is QL minus Q, which is supplied to this, and the same work is obtained here. So the QL minus Q absorbed from the sink TL converted into equivalent amount of work, which violates the second law of thermodynamics. So the efficiency of reversible engine 1 is greater than the efficiency of reversible engine 2 is not correct. That means the efficiency of reversible engine 2 is greater than efficiency or equal to efficiency of reversible engine 1. So by similar argument, so we can also prove that the thermal efficiency of reversible engine 2 is greater than thermal efficiency of reversible engine 1 is not correct. So in the previous case, we are assumed that the reversible engine 1 is better than the reversible engine 2. In the second case, we will assume the reversible engine 2 is better than reversible engine 1, and we can, in the similar way, we can prove that this is also not correct. So then only the possibility is that reverse thermal efficiency of reversible engine 2 is equal to thermal efficiency of reversible engine 1. So thermal efficiency of reversible engine does not depend on the type of working fluid, rather it depends only on the temperature of the reservoir between which it operates. The conclusion is that, so thermal efficiency, if the thermal efficiency of a engine is less than thermal efficiency of reversible engine, so that engine is a irreversible heat engine. If thermal efficiency of a given engine is equal to thermal efficiency of reversible engine, so that is reversible, that is the given engine is the reversible engine. And if the thermal efficiency of a given engine is greater than thermal efficiency of reversible engine, so that is impossible heat engine. Okay, so here we have considered the diagram which has the source temperature 1000 Kelvin and sink temperature 300 Kelvin. So reversible heat engine will have the thermal efficiency 1 minus TL upon TH, so that comes 70%, and irreversible engine will have the thermal efficiency less than 70%, so that is possible. But if someone says that the heat engine, any heat engine is having the thermal efficiency 80%, so that is impossible. Okay, so these conclusions we can write down, we can find from the this Carnot theorem 1 and Carnot theorem 2. So today we'll stop here. Thank you.